Howdy, howdy, y'all. It is another I Am That episode. Episode 92. Go beyond the I am the body idea. So, once again, very simple concept, especially this getting this far into it, into the book, right? I think we can understand what he means by I am, you know, I am the body and getting out away from that concept, not imagining yourself as, the body. And I love how the questioner right away, just from the get go, says we are like animals running about in vain pursuits and there seems to be no end to it. Is there a way out? I just like the way I like the framing of that because I lately in my life especially, I don't know, I feel that. I feel that the animalistic side of just not of just humans, even myself, of others. I feel that. We definitely are, in that very primal physical, I feel that. But the way Maharaj ends up disarming all of this, it's really beautiful. Many ways will be offered to you which will take you round and bring you back to your starting point. First, realize that your problems exist in your waking state only. That however painful it is when you are able to forget it altogether when you go to sleep, when you are awake, you are conscious. When you are asleep, you are only alive. Consciousness and life, both you may call God, but you are beyond both, beyond God, beyond being and non-being. What prevents you from knowing yourself as long and beyond all is the mind based on memory. It has power over you as long as you trust it. Don't struggle with it. Just disregard it. Deprive of the attention, it will slow down and reveal the mechanisms of its workings. Once you know its nature and purpose, you will not allow it to create imaginary problems. And from there, they kind of they have more of a back and forth um, with it, which about talking about like because he said the questioner surely not all problems are imaginary. There are real problems. Maharaj, what problems can there be the mind do not create? Life and death do not create problems, pains, and pleasures come and go, experienced and forgotten. It is memory and anticipation that create problems of attainment or avoidance, colored by like and dislike. Truth and love are man's real nature, and mind and heart are the means of its expression. I just like how he said, life and death do not create problems. That's kind of true. I mean, we do think of death as a problem, but technically, death is like the ultimate end of all these problems, right? Like, really, it's only it's only because our problems really do only exist because of up here, really. They exist up because of pains and pleasures come and going, experiences experienced and forgotten. Yeah, so I just like the way he's able to phrase these very profound, deep things in this most simple ways. Just it's there's like a to me, I just can't get over it. I still can't get over it. I'm like so deep into this book, I'm still just like dumbfounded by it. It's just as if it was like my first chapter of reading this. In some ways, it's really incredible. Um, Oh, I love this question that the questioner has. One must not one be fit and eligible for realization? Our nature is animal to the core. Unless it is conquered, how can we hope for reality to dawn? And the way Maharaj responds to it, I love. Leave the animal alone. Just remember what you are. Use every incident of the day to remind you that without you as the witness, there would be neither animal nor God. Understand that you are both, the essence and the substance of all there is, and remain firm in your understanding. And the question is understanding enough? Don't I need more tangible proofs? Maharaj, it is your understanding that will decide about the validity of proofs. But more tangible proof do you need than your own existence? Wherever you go to find yourself, however far you reach out in time, You are there. So just, I see, like I said, that back and forth really hits me. The and it's hard for me to add more commentary a lot of times to some of this stuff. Just other than just point out, it's like this is wise, right? One point I found really interesting is this um, well, this back and forth they end up having about self surrender a little bit. They kind of have a little back and forth with self surrender. The questioner says, surely self surrender has its value. Maharaj, self surrender is the surrender of all self concern. It cannot be done. It happens when you realize your true nature. Verbal self surrender, even when accompanied by feeling, is of little value and breaks down under stress. At best, it shows an aspiration, not an actual fact. So, and it's I think what he's trying to say here, especially in context of this chapter and this back and forth they end up having about like different yoga, Adi yoga, ADHI yoga. I it it's hard for me. I think really what he's saying, it is like that. Is self surrender is like because when you are, for example, engaging with with these sort of forces, when you're in that mindset, when you have that Krishna mindset, it's not necessarily like people like to use the term surrendering yourself to Krishna or surrendering yourself to God, surrendering yourself to the but really a way of looking at it is it's more of a becoming one with it, becoming having your like just having the distractions go away, the petty desires, the petty lusts, the petty greeds, the petty angers, all these petty surface level things that muddy the water, that make that are that you know enforce this idea of I am the body, which is this false idea. All these things that enforce that idea, once you take those away, there's not it's not really a self surrendering. It's not really a surrender. It's just it's just a realization. You are just merely seeing what you actually are. And that's what has Maharaj has been explaining it in this, like I say, in this entire book. And so that's why I think, because some be like, oh well, didn't he surrender himself to the guru and blah blah blah. He trusted the guru, but he saw what his guru was about. He felt the energy, he felt everything this guru had to offer him, and that's why he was. So it wasn't really necessarily the guru himself, but what the guru was representing, that he was not even necessarily surrendering to, but using as a vehicle to finally see himself for what he really is. But yes, so that's why, and I think that was the most intriguing part for me in this chapter was him talking about self surrender in those terminologies. I would say that to me was, I think for me, the most interesting sort of back and forth. And then from the rest of this point, the rest of the chapter, like I say, it's very good, it's very compelling. All of this is, and I admit, like I said, it's just good stuff, especially for if you've gotten this far into the book, reading it at this point, or just even this video series. A lot of this terminology and this stuff would be very familiar to what he is using. So I think, in the name of not just boring you all, of saying like, oh, he's brilliant, oh, this is perfect, oh, yes, this is doing that for a while more. I think I'm just going to call it good there. And I think, yeah, I think the biggest stuff I really wanted to highlight from this chapter that really popped out. So I want to say Hare Krishna, um, Namaste, and just peace be upon you all. I hope you all have an excellent day. And yeah, just all too much fun. All right. All right. Peace.